one of the highest paid in the world.
Yes. The Nigerian public officer, particularly the legislative arm,
Okay.
and even maybe the executive arm, because like the executive arms in several of the states, if you take Lagos State, for example, if you retire, you're entitled to your salary, you're entitled to a house in Lagos, a house in Abuja. They will change your cars within a space of maybe 2 or 3 years, give you new cars.
Yeah.
Now, we will look at the statistics later.
Okay.
But in the whole world, Nigeria is the second highest paying country for legislators after Singapore.
Yes.
And Singapore has more refineries. They refine more oil than Nigeria, even though they don't have oil. Their economy is far better than our own and far neater. Now, the average legislative day in Nigeria costs us 1 million naira a day. The average salary that we pay is such that it can employ 191,954 civil servants.
Wow.
At the minimum wage.
Wow.
And now, from 2015 to 2019, Nigerian legislators passed only 274 bills, while the American Congress that earns half of
what we
earn between 2017, that's only 2 years, they passed 442 laws. In the course of our discussion, we're going to see if it is reasonable. Are we getting results? But let me give you the sociological background.
Okay.
Number one, when you start to read the Nigerian Constitution, they will say, we, the people of Nigeria. I was not there, you were not there. It's only Abdul Salami and a few others that crafted the Constitution we are using now.
Okay.
And from independence, as I've said in some of my posts, it is that we will replace the British people with internal colonialists. That is, we have our own people colonizing us now.
Okay.
And the aim is really to dominate and deliberately create poverty so that we will remain subservient to them. I'll tell you when I go on.
Yeah.
But now listen, sociologically, the electoral process in Nigeria is too expensive
To run.
to run. My classmate came from the UK. He was president of the North England Gynecological Society. He has a PhD in medical law. He's a gynecologist. He came to contest election in Delta State to be governor of Delta State. And when the APC brought the forms to be collected, whether 27 million or thereabout to collect the form, the man ran away, he couldn't. So when you collect form for 25 million or 10 million or 20 million,
Yes.
these guys are not Red Cross members. They are going there not because they really love us, in quotes. They are going there for
reap the benefits.
to reap the benefits. So 27 million. Then you now do primaries. You spend a lot of money.
Process. Primaries for your party itself.
Your party. You will go and see this, you will go and see that, you will go and see that. Then you print posters. Then you hire youths. You hire musicians. You hire all that. By the time you finish, a lot of politicians I know, because they consult me, are in debt. Some have sold buildings. Some have taken money from people. You understand what I'm saying? So the financial input, then you now lose or whatever. Court cases will not drag on.
And
you
lawyers
take a senior
will have
advocate.
their free day.
Yes. Then the entitlement mentality of the average Nigerian. If I travel, when I'm coming back, Daddy, what do you buy come? What do you buy come? So during the lockdown, I have somebody who is a legislator. People were calling him, anything for us, why are you doing like this? We will vote against you. So the man is under pressure. Every day a legislator wakes up or a politician wakes up, there are at least 20 people waiting for him by 5 a.m. in his doorstep, waiting to get money for burial and all that. Then we pastors, we will invite them for every launching. And if they don't give large sums of money, we say he is not a giver. Then we will invite them for every burial. We will invite them for every community prayer congress or whatever. So we put a lot of pressure. And then because of the inefficiency of the executive arm of government and poor investment mentality of indigents and people in communities, you now find out that there is underdevelopment in the communities. And the legislator or whoever is the closest to them, they can easily meet. They can't meet the governor.
Of course.
So you now see they want him to put borehole, they want him to put electricity, and then some people now say there is a constituency allowance or project allowance or whatever. So we have a skewed system that is very, very demanding on the politician, filled with loopholes for wastages, makes politics very expensive, and the people designed it in such a way, the internal colonialists or the oligarchy, they designed it in such a way that it's a lucrative business. When you invest, you will reap.
In being a politician.
Yes. It's only in a poor and underdeveloping country that politicians are richer than businessmen. Rockefeller was not a politician.
But he was a
very... Jimmy Carter lives in a 2-bedroom house. Till today, former president of the United States. In the United States, you pay for your food in the White House. That's why Barack Obama's wife, Michelle, had a vegetable garden to be able to harvest her vegetables alone.
Well, as much as you've said all of this, and you made mention of the pressure on most politicians, but the question most people are asking now is, coming back from the backdrop of this recent protests, whereby we had series of demands from the SARS protesters, especially during the second lap of it, after the police itself, and calling for a review also in the large sums that these politicians are taking. Would you want to evaluate what they are doing compared to what they are taking?
Number one, when you look at our senators during deliberations, it's very irritating, extremely irritating. You will see them, they will sit as if they are in a beer parlor. Some of them might not even concentrate on the discussion.
I've seen some sleeping.
You will see them sleeping because Nigeria is ruled by retirees like me. And when a nation is ruled by retired presidents, ruled by retired army officers, ruled by retired this, they will retire as governors, retire from civil service, now retire as governors, now go to the Senate. What is it? Are they the only people in this country? So you see them sleeping. And then what are the bills they are even passing? You want to pass bill on social media. You want to pass bill on water rights. Irrelevant bills. If I were running a company, I wouldn't employ most of those people and I won't pay them what they are paying. So we are not getting significant benefit from whatever they are doing. There are contributions apart from sometimes you see people like Dino Malaye, Abari Bey, and some of the Western legislators. You will hardly see any reasonable discussion. I saw one talking about how he has wife, he is very strong, he has all these things. You know, some of them cannot even express themselves. So we cannot move forward paying these people with very low productivity, very irritating attitude, such large sums of money in a society that has the highest poverty rate in the world. We are the global poverty capital in the world. 40 to 60 million Nigerians live on less than $2. The budget for a cow, as I said before, in Europe, in the EU, is $2.25 a day, a cow. The budget for a Nigerian for health is $7,000. I mean $7,000 $700 per year. You now see that a cow in 3 days or 4 days in Europe has had more care than a Nigerian. So it is immoral for us to pay them those large sums of money in a very poor country with very poor infrastructure.
Well, talking about the huge sum, we do know in the 2021 budget, the National Assembly per se was given 126 billion naira to run through.
You didn't even talk about the cost of renovation.
Well, no, we're not going there. I don't want to add that to it. Now, and talking about that huge sum, and you made mention in your open statement that if such monies for our legislative arm and also our different House of Assemblies were to trickle down into employment, it would do a whole lot for us as a people. So I'm asking this question: where did we get to this stage? And how can we redirect these large sums of money and push them into the economy and also into the youthful hands for employment?
Let me quickly say this. A leadership of any nation is a reflection of the values of the people.
Okay.
The leadership of any nation is a reflection of the values of the people. Lord Lugard wrote in his book in 1922, The Dual Mandate. He said people of the black color in Nigeria, because he was in Nigeria, in Africa. He said, we like grandiosity. We like fashion. We like entertainment. We are stupidly loyal to leadership. We like fashion even if it is uncomfortable. So, as I am, I wanted to bury my father, and I wore a simple dress. My uncles called me, why am I dressed like this? Am I escorting my father to heaven? Let I go bury my father and go. I told him when he was alive, eat. Now, when you die, I won't spend money. So you see that we like grandiosity. Our lives are very expensive. And so that translates to our legislators, we want them to be, there's a way we want to package them. We are an expensive people, and it cannot go well. I saw the Spanish president. He was in a supermarket alone. He wore shorts. He was standing on the line. Angela Merkel pushes her trolley.
But we have that picture there still on the screen.
Angela Merkel pushing her own trolley. Yeah. As I told you, Jimmy Carter lives in a 2-bedroom house. Until we redirect and redefine and we do washing and setting on the brains of this country, we cannot avoid corruption, avoid this jumbo piece.
Well, if you're there watching us on the TV, you can see the Chancellor of Germany.
That's a professor of chemistry.
Well, pushing her own.
Yes, she didn't go there with a school certificate of primary 6, like as most of them went there, or missing score. So you now find out that there is this grandiosity about the black man. When somebody said that money is not our problem, but how to spend it. And we're going to pay salaries in Trinidad and Tobago, and pay salaries in Central African Empire when Emperor Bokassa squandered his money.
In the 70s.
Yes. I see people, when they want to go and bury their fathers, they will send account number to me, that I should send money for them to bury their father. Now, me kill your papa. So we have this culture of grand... go by that.
Yes.
I don't have coral bead. I don't wear wristwatches. The perfume I spray is $850 now. It was $450 before. So I'm not under pressure. What I'm wearing is a gift. The shoe I'm wearing is a gift. I'm not under pressure to impress any person. This pressure to impress people to live a certain way is what is responsible for wanting to make the legislator look like a monarch, make the governor look like a monarch. And we like hero worshipping people with stupidly. And so until this is removed from the mind of when you go to as a man of God, as they call us here, they will open car door for you. They will do this one for you. Go to even South Africa, go to Europe. The small boy will call Dr. Charles. They won't call you Papa. Dr. Charles, this, that. I saw a pastor in Australia sweeping his church, arranging the chairs. Until we look at life as service, an investment in humanity, and making sure every person we meet will live in better than we met that person. Or everywhere we meet, we live it better than we met it. Joe Biden was entering train to work as a senator. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the UK, was riding bicycle to work. So, this grandiosity, it's in all of us. We must deliberately cut it down as a nation. If not, we can't go far.
Now, talking about cutting it down and looking, some people will say most of our legislative persons or members, because of this huge sum of money they are getting, they seem to fall out of place with the realities on ground, especially collecting this much, and they are wondering why you cannot pay your electricity bill. Yes. With what they are receiving. Yes. They are wondering why you cannot pay 165 naira for a liter of fuel.
Yes.
So do you feel these large sums they are collecting is making them fall out of touch with the realities of what's on ground to the common man?
It is not only with the legislators.
Okay.
Even the ministers. Imagine Ngige. I'm so angry with that man. Imagine, I know his community in Anambra State, very underdeveloped place. It wasn't developed by government. Ngige was saying that can't a family live on whether something 30,000 naira or 20-something thousand naira a month? Those people have station dogs that they buy dead cows and put in the refrigerator. Some even go to restaurants and buy meals for our station dogs. So, remember David Mark said that telephone is not for the poor man.
Yeah, we remember that.
You remember that
unfortunate statement during the military regime.
They see us as a captured territory. They see us as their fiefdom. They see us as as the way the colonial masters saw us as primitive people. And unless that mentality is changed, like in India and several other nations, the salary of the legislator or whatever in government is very close to the wage of the public servant. Very close to the wage of the public servant. And so, once you are earning a salary close to the wage of the public servant, you will understand ASU strike. You will understand doctor strike. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You will understand electricity bills. Yes. You will understand somebody is trying to bring water bill so that I will pay for my borehole. In Nigeria, we buy our electric poles, we buy our electric wires. Then somebody who drinks tea, one of these discos, the woman or whoever is in charge, her budget for coffee in the office is 4 million monthly. Then you come and carry my wire I bought, and you are not generating electricity for me. When you bring the electricity, sometimes it will burn my things. Then you come and carry my wire. I bought the wire. I bought the pole. Dug the pole. What are you doing? You are generating the electricity from my community gas that you don't pay for. Then you come and cut my wire. When poor countries like Madagascar have regular electricity, Madagascar, I went there. They still use somebody will sit in a something. Then you'll be using a cow to carry you as a taxi. Ethiopia, I've been to Ethiopia. Went to the remotest part. They use I use chariot as taxi. They have regular electricity. We know the shame for this country. We don't get shame.
Well, talking about shame, and let's take a look now at the basic salary of. Let's look at our House of Assembly, Federal House of Reps, and that of the Senate. Now. Yes. The basic salary annually they get, I'll rather translate this into dollars because we're comparing, let's do more of the comparison with other nations of the world. Now, Nigeria, as we speak, per year in dollar form, well, as of 2018, this statistics was done in 2018, annually we get nothing less than $480,000 a year. Annually.
As salary.
As salaries.
Per individual.
Per individual. Now, that of the United States of America gets just $174,000.
That's nearly 3 times.
Per year. And when we come now to India, which you spoke earlier of, they get $199,000 per year. And if you're talking about UK, members of the House of Commons or others, they get only 81,000 pounds sterling per year. Now, if you look at that of Singapore, well, Singapore gets
highest paid.
Yes, than $555,000.
You know why?
Per year.
They want to attract the best brains
there
because he who rules you, he who makes laws concerning you,